Homeowners should understand their rights and responsibilities when dealing with potential construction defects. Most home builders provide a warranty period, commonly 1 to 2 years, covering repairs related to construction flaws. Homes must adhere to local building codes establishing safety and quality standards. Electrical wiring must meet National Electrical Code (NEC) requirements. Contractors constructing and installing homes have specific duties. They must ensure homes comply with all applicable building codes and safety standards. Using materials meeting industry standards and suitable for the intended purpose is crucial. Contractors must provide skilled and competent workmanship to guarantee construction quality. If defects arise during the warranty, contractors are obligated to promptly repair them at their own expense. If a homeowner discovers a defect, such as improperly installed underground feeder off wiring, several legal options exist. Homeowners can sue for breach of contract if the contractor fails to fulfill warranty obligations or adhere to building codes. A negligence lawsuit is possible if the contractor acted carelessly or recklessly in installing the wiring, leading to damage. A complaint can be filed with the local building department if the home was built violating building codes. The ability for homeowners to be reimbursed for repairing defective wiring depends on several factors. If the home is still under warranty, the contractor is typically responsible for repairing the defect without homeowner cost. Homeowners must provide evidence proving the wiring was improperly installed and caused the electrical problems. If the defect is discovered after the warranty, obtaining reimbursement may be more difficult. Legal representation may be necessary for the homeowner to pursue the case against the contractor. If electrical problems occur in the garage, den, or yard, homeowners should take certain actions. Check for visible damage or defects in the wiring, especially after heavy rain. Inform the homebuilder promptly about the electrical problems. Gather evidence by taking photos or videos of the defective wiring and any other relevant information. If the builder refuses to repair the defect or does not respond, consider legal action. Improperly installed UF wiring is a frequent problem in some production home subdivisions, particularly after heavy rain. The UF cable run directly under the solder lamps often shorts to ground. While this provides repair work, it disadvantages homeowners. The question of whether homeowners should seek reimbursement from the original contractor arises, especially since these homes are 6 to 10 years old and multiple contractors are involved. When problems occur, it's important to document everything and understand the warranty. A breach of contract occurs when a party fails to fulfill the terms of a written or oral agreement. For example, if a contractor promised to use a certain type of wiring and instead used a cheaper, substandard wiring, that could be a breach of contract. Similarly, if the contractor failed to complete the work within the agreed-upon timeframe, that could also be a breach. To succeed in a breach of contract claim, the homeowner typically needs to prove firstly that a valid contract existed, secondly that the contractor breached the contract, and thirdly that the homeowner suffered damages as a result of the breach. Negligence occurs when a party fails to exercise reasonable care, resulting in injury or damage to another party. For example, if a contractor installs wiring in a way that violated building codes and caused a fire, the contractor could be found negligent. Similarly, if a contractor failed to properly inspect the wiring before burying it and the wiring later failed due to a manufacturing defect, the contractor could also be found negligent. To succeed in a negligence claim, the homeowner typically needs to prove firstly that the contractor owed a duty of care to the homeowner, secondly that the contractor breached that duty of care, thirdly that the breach caused the homeowner's damages, and fourthly that the homeowner actually suffered damages. Building codes are regulations that set minimum standards for the construction and maintenance of buildings. These codes are designed to protect the health, safety, and welfare of the public. Building codes cover a wide range of topics, including electrical wiring, plumbing, structural integrity, and fire safety. If a contractor violates a building code, the homeowner may have a claim against the contractor. For example, if a contractor installed electrical wiring that did not meet code requirements and the wiring later caused a fire, the the homeowner could file a complaint with the local building department and potentially pursue legal action against the contractor. To succeed in a violation of building code claim, the homeowner typically needs to prove firstly that the contractor violated the building code, secondly that the violation caused the homeowner's damages, and thirdly that the homeowner actually suffered damages. Homeowners should carefully review their contracts with contractors to understand their rights and responsibilities. They should also keep detailed records of all communications with the contractor, as well as any problems that arise during the construction process. If a homeowner believes that a contractor has breached a contract, acted negligently, or violated a building code, they should consult with an attorney to discuss their legal options. It's important to act promptly, as there may be time limits for filing a claim. A warranty is a guarantee that a product or service will meet certain standards. Home warranties typically cover defects in workmanship or materials. The length of a home warranty varies, but it is typically 1 to 2 years. If a defect arises during the warranty period, the contractor is responsible for repairing it at no cost to the homeowner. However, warranties typically exclude damage caused by the homeowner's negligence, such as failure to properly maintain the property. To make a warranty claim, the homeowner typically needs to notify the contractor in writing and provide documentation of the defect. The contractor will then inspect the defect and determine whether it is covered by the warranty. If the defect is covered, the contractor will repair it or replace the defective item. If the contractor refuses to honor the warranty, the homeowner may have to pursue legal action. It is important to carefully review the terms of the warranty before signing a contract with the contractor. Homeowners should be aware of what is covered by the warranty as well as any exclusions. They should also keep a copy of the warranty in a safe place. The National Electrical Code, NEC, is a set of standards for the safe installation of electrical wiring and equipment. The NEC is updated every 3 years, and it is widely adopted by state and local governments in the United States. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and equipment installation. It is important for homeowners to be familiar with the NEC as it can help them ensure that their homes are electrically safe. Homeowners can find a copy of the NEC at their local library or online. They can also consult with a qualified electrician to learn more about the NEC. Underground feeder UF cable is a type of electrical wiring that is designed to be buried underground. UF cable is typically used to supply power to outdoor lighting fixtures, such as yard lamps. UF cable is different from other types of electrical wiring in that it is moisture resistant and sunlight resistant. This makes it suitable for burial in wet or sunny locations. UF cable must be installed in accordance with the NEC. The NEC specifies the minimum burial depth for UF cable, as well as the type of conduit that must be used to protect the cable. It is important for homeowners to hire a qualified electrician to install UF cable. A qualified electrician will be familiar with the NEC requirements for UF cable installation. When installing UF cable, it's important to avoid running it directly under the sod. This is because the sod can retain moisture, which can damage the cable. In addition, the sod can be easily disturbed, which can damage the cable or expose it to the elements. A better way to install UF cable is to run it in a conduit. Conduit is a type of pipe that is designed to protect electrical wiring. Conduit can be made of metal or plastic. When installing UF cable in conduit, it is important to use the correct type of conduit. The NEC specifies the type of conduit that must be used for UF cable installations. It is also important to properly seal the conduit to prevent moisture from entering. Homeowners who discover improperly installed UF wiring have several legal options. They can sue the contractor for breach of contract if the contractor failed to fulfill their warranty obligations or adhere to building codes. They can also sue the contractor for negligence if the contractor acted carelessly or recklessly in installing the wiring, leading to damage. In addition, homeowners can file a complaint with the local building department if they believe that the home was built in violation of building codes. To succeed in a legal claim against a contractor, homeowners typically need to prove that the contractor breached a contract, acted negligently, or violated a building code. They also need to prove that they suffer damages as a result of the contractor's actions. Homeowners should consult with an attorney to discuss their legal options. It is important to act promptly, as there may be time limits for filing a claim. Homeowners can take several steps to protect themselves from improperly installed UF wiring. They should carefully review their contracts with contractors to understand their rights and responsibilities. They should also keep detailed records of all communications with the contractor, as well as any problems that arise during the construction process. If a homeowner believes that a contractor has improperly installed UF wiring, they should consult with an attorney to discuss their legal options. Homeowners should inspect the wiring, especially if the problems occur after a heavy rain. If there are issues, it's critical to promptly inform the home builder. Gathering evidence such as photos or videos of the defective wiring is also important. If the builder refuses to repair the defect or does not respond, consider legal action. Always consult with qualified professionals and legal counsel to navigate these situations effectively. Understanding the warranty period is also essential. If the home is still under warranty, the contractor is typically responsible for repairing the defect at no cost to the homeowner. However, homeowners must have evidence to prove that the wiring was improperly installed and that it is the cause of the electrical problems. Obtaining reimbursement can be more difficult if the defect is discovered after the warranty period, and legal representation might be necessary to pursue the case against the contractor.